fellow colorists, how are you poppets? Okay, let's get on with part 3, which is the giraffe. So looking at the giraffe, we've got lots of, this is the thought process I would go through. I've got lots of sort of blues and greens in the background. I've picked up some purples and pinks and a bit of orange here around. So I don't want to use too many blues and greens. Obviously giraffes are more kind of yellows and browns, so I will use a bit of that. But looking at the face, there's quite a lot going on. So I think this, you know, the face has got a lot of small bits where I can do lots of different colours. Now, because the green and blue is around the outside, I don't want to use too much green and blue on the edges. So I'm thinking of maybe a little bit of green and blue here. So maybe if I start with some reds and oranges and keep the reds and oranges at the side, go up some yellows, some greens and blues, and then keep some sort of yellows, maybe a little bit of pink on the ears or on the tops there, and then the neck, go for more the yellows and browns and oranges, more kind of traditional giraffe. Not that this giraffe is traditional in any way at all. So I think I'm going to start kind of the rainbow colours. So start with the reds, go the oranges, move into warm oranges and yellows, a bit of yellow here, green, and then up to some blue, turquoise and some blue here. We'll do that first and then we'll see how we feel about the top. So I'm going to go with my first little combo set of this one. And the first colour is going to be PC 924. And we're just going to do the bottom mouth in this really nice deep red. What colour is this? This is crimson red, yes. Beautiful red. It's going to look like she's got lipstick on, so it's a female giraffe. No, I don't mean it to look like she's got lipstick on. Just so happens that's the colour I'm starting with. And then what I want to do, because I want to, excuse me, go red all the way up to the orange here, and then maybe with the fine line I'll do some more red there, but just on the edge I'm going to just outline very slightly this deep red, crimson red. And that red goes really nice against the turquoise and the blue there. So just quite a thin line. Then I'm going to go in with the next dark orange. It's PC 122. Or dark orange, it's actually called permanent red, but it's definitely on the oranger hue. Now I'm doing circles because I want a little bit more than just a line. So I'm doing very small circles, pressing quite firmly. So that's what I tend to do. Rather than layer, I tend to press firmly and just get the colour down as I want it once. I'm just going out a little bit lighter as I go near the edge. Okay, now we're going to go for PC 921, Pale Vermilion. Now we're definitely into the oranges here. So I'm doing circles again, touching over the edge of that red. Then as I get up to the top edges there, just do a little bit less. Now I'm looking at that and I think I want a little bit more red there. So I'm going to go back to the 122 and I'm just going to go over the red and just make it go a little bit further out. That's a bit better. Then the last one, which is PC 1002, yellowed orange. I'm going to start from the edge here. I want that just purely that colour on its own. near those balls. I think I would end up doing those red, but we'll see. Might not. And I'm going to come out a little bit now before I start blending. Pressing quite firm. And now I'm blending, I'm going to start doing the circles, the small circles of that orange. Then I'm going to go back to the orange, 921, and then I'm going to go over the orange on the edge where it meets that yellow and just put a bit more orange in. Again, circles. And just try and soften that line so that it's a bit more blended in. Perfect. Right, so we've got a nice red mouth there. So I'll leave the circles there because I'm probably going to do those red, we'll see. But now let's move up from the my overtly red combo into more of an orangey one. So I've got this one here, and we're going to start with 118, which is cadmium orange. And this time, shall I go? See how Rita's kind of put the dark bits there for us. So let's go the other way around and start with the darker bit where Rita's actually put the shadow. Now remember, we're going to be outlining here with fine liners eventually. So you go right up to the edge. Don't worry, you'll be covering the lines with the fine liner. Now we're going on to PC 918, which is just orange. This one's nice and bright. So we're going to go around that nostril now to some circles because I want to blend this bit. Go nice and hard near the edge. And then some circles as you go out. And then the last one, which is PC 1003, which is Spanish orange, which is a very nice yellowy orange. Yeah, nice and firm on the edge, and then as you go out, some circles. And blend that through and do the same here. Nice and firm, and then circles. Beautiful. Right, there we go. So that's the oranges. I've got a little bit of a, it's not a perfect blend, a little bit of line there, but that's okay because I'm going to be going over those dots with a fine liner and stuff, so not to worry about that too much. So that's perfect, another orange. Now we're going to go in with a nice yellow for this middle section, I think. And so I've got a little yellow combo here, this one, and we're going to go, so it's all as at the beginning of the video. So I'm going to use 917, which is Sunburst Yellow. That's a nice, this, you can tell I use this one more than most because it's a bit shorter. Sunburst Yellow. Now with this one, because I've got the dots here, I think what I might do is kind of do a darker yellow up to about here, then a mid yellow and a light yellow, and then those dots go in with fine liner because they're quite small, and I can get a really, because of yellow background, I can get a really nice, I'm not quite sure what colour yet, but I can get a really nice, I might even go multicoloured, we'll see. Doesn't matter too much then if I go over the edges of these dots as well. I mean, I'll be a little bit careful, but it's one of the beauties of fine liners. You can correct a lot of little errors with pencil because the fine liners will cover it up. So that's a nice bright yellow. Then I'll go in with the next yellow, which is number 916. What that called, that is Canary Yellow, like the little birdie. So that's a nice bright yellow there. You can see the transition. It's not hugely different. It's subtle, but that's good. That's what you want. And just where it meets, I'm just going to go over the edge a bit. Don't worry, I know this is looking messy, but it'll all come together. And then we go with a very light yellow, which is number 915, Lemon Yellow. I'm pressing quite firm. It's definitely the lightest yellow there. So you can sort of see going from the sort of sun yellow down here to the lemon yellow at the top. And that will show up more when we go in with the fine liners. Okay, so we've got the nice reds, orange, yellows. So we would now, in a rainbow scene, go up with the greens. So I'm going to got this little green combo here. So I'm going to use those. Now looking at this, I think what I might do is go with the greens here and here, because this seems a natural sort of extension where to go. And maybe do a bit of yellow here. Yeah, let's go with the dark through to light this time. So the first green I'm using, the darkest green, is PC 109. I can't actually read it. Prussian green, I think. It's a bit, when it's got pressed on the pencils, it's a bit smudged or something. I watched an awesome video today. Someone had posted it on Facebook about it's a Faber-Castell pencil factory, and they were making coloured pencils and how they do it. Absolutely fascinating. So with the cores, they had like a flat piece of wood, you know, the cores of the pencil, so you know the pigment, and then the pigment was laid in this like flat piece of wood with a little groove all along, and then they just got another flat piece of wood and put it on top, and then they cut it so it's almost like a square piece of wood with the pigment in the middle. Then they made the wood, you know, the circular shape of the pencil. Yeah, it's fascinating. Right, I'm going to go in with the next green now. I'd love to go and see it in real life. I wonder if you can visit the it's 912 apple green. I wonder if you can actually go and visit the pencil factories. Like you could actually go to Faber-Castell, sorry, it's Faber-Castell pencil factory and have a look. That'd be so cool. And mixing the pigment was just these big massive vats of pigment they were mixing, which was just fascinating. Now I'll go in with the brightest green, which is 989. And that's, I think these last two greens are the ones that we actually used up here in the background. So you're kind of pulling those same colours through, which is kind of nice. Again, don't worry too much about going over the edges on this one, because we're going to be doing some stuff with fine liners. And I'm really trying to blend that and go over with the lighter colour. That dark green is, I'm just going to try and blend that a little bit more. Okay, that'll do for the green. Now, with these two little white bits, I'm just thinking they should be, I'm looking at it and just going with my gut, and I think they should be yellow. I'm going to go back in, you know the yellows we used before, so this is 917. And I'm just going to do a very bright gold going to the light yellow. Then 916. And then the lightest one, which is that lemon yellow, which was 915. Yep, yellow. And that'll probably be yellow or something that you go on the edges of, in fact I'm going to do yellow right now as we're talking. I will be going over the edges of this with fine liners. But while I'm here anyway, that was screaming yellow at me, so let's go in yellow. Okay, now let's carry on with our little rainbow theme going up, and we would go now into turquoises. This little combo here. Again, this will be the one that we used here. So I have PC 105 Cobalt Turquoise. So I'm thinking with this one, I think, see, do I do this yellow and then turquoise go into the blue? Or do I do this in the turquoise and then blue in the background? Okay, I think I'm going to do, I think that actually might look really good in the yellow, because you've got this kind of middle piece here. And then turquoise in the background, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. So let's go in with, again, the same one. So the, you know, the 3 yellows we've just done. I'm ignoring the circles. I'm going to go over those with fine liners in a bit. So that's dark. Sorry, that was the middle yellow. And now the very light yellow. Okay, so if we'd go turquoise, because that's quite fine there, I think I'll go on the edges with the fine liners. But just here, before I go in with the fine liners, I'm just gonna go. So this dark turquoise, I will get a fine liner and go down the edge with those. Sorry, so that was number 105. Then I'm going to go in with 905, which is the slightly lighter one. And then just to finish it off, going 992. And take that around. Just doing some circular ones to get the blend. Hopefully you can see this and my hand's not in the way. There we go. Take that out a little bit more. And what we'll do is we'll take that into a bit of blue. I'll just go the blue colours here, the little blue combo. 906 is darkest. So I'm actually going to go from dark down to the light, because looking at these, blending the lighter blue up to the darker blue from that turquoise is going to be easier. So actually, yeah, let's start with the light and go that way. So this is number 1102, Blue Lake. So I'm just going to go extremely light there, because this isn't a smooth blend as such. I'm just doing it very light on the edges, little circles. And go a slightly darker blue, 103. And this is going to take this one right to the edge here. And that's okay. And then just over there a little bit. same over here. Actually, I've got the darker blue as well, but I'm looking at this, I don't know if we'll actually get to the darker blue. That's okay. This blue might be dark as it gets. So that there needs to be a little bit lighter, I think. There we go. Again, don't worry, we're going to go over that. So then I'm just going to go back to the lighter turquoise, so the 992 again, and then just go over the edge of that blue. Try and blend it in a little bit more. Not a perfect blend, but that'll be okay. Okay, so now we've gone there, and we'll go with the darker turquoise down there with the pen. Right, and so now we've got the red, the orange, yellow, the greens, going to the blues. So that top one now, we'll use our last in the rainbow one and use our little pinks here. I'm going to just do it with pencil. I will be going over this with fine liner. We'll just have a nice little pink flower at the top. Starting with the darker colour. So that was, sorry, number, oh, that's the one that don't have a number for. You can see how it's kind of rubbed out. But next I will be going 993, nice pink. Just taking that out a little bit. And then lastly, number 1014. Perfect. Then go back in with the darker one. Just darken it up again. And when we go around with the fine liners there, that'll come good. Perfect, so you've got a little bit of rainbow going on. So looking at this now, I'm gonna, I'm not quite sure yet, but okay, two ears done now. Let's do this bit. So let's go with the other brown combination that we had. We get a little bit of browns in here, although I want this, yeah, we'll top it off with quite a bit of yellow. So this is number 943, 1033 and 1003. Oh, 1033, 1003, yeah. Okay, so let's start with the 943. I'm definitely thinking here the circle bits will be the yellow, where the yellow comes in. Although, as you know, I might do that and I just don't feel it and end up going over in another colour, or red again or something, I don't know. But I'm going to try and be a little more careful than normal with the pencil, purely because if I am going over with the yellow fine liner, that won't cover as much. Oh, hold on, I've got to let the dog in. Excuse me a second. Come on. Good boy, sit down. So, brown, I'm now going in with the 1033. So I'm just sort of making my way up, going lighter. I'm going to go back in with the darker brown now. Press a bit firmer and go a bit further because I've not got enough kind of colour variation there. Colour. Then I'm going to go in the lightest one, which is number 1033. I'm just trying to, when it meets the brown, pressing quite firm, I'm just trying to blend it in a little, get rid of that kind of straight line. And I think I might need, what do I? So what do I do here? Do I go up even lighter yellow, or should I now transition back to the sort of browner colour? I think I'm going to go back to the darker colour. And then use the dark brown, darkest brown on the outside on the left. This will just create a bit of 3D type thing. And we'll do the flower in the centre of the nice bright yellow. There we go. Oh, that look there. That combination there is very giraffe, isn't it? That's the kind of colour you'd normally see a giraffe, I think. So I'm just going to get a brown. We've got a couple of browns in the Stabilos. We've got these three here. I think I'm going to go with the darker one, which is number 75. And just, if you're wondering, this, I've got the larger set of the Stabilos. Like one of my videos on the channel goes through comparing the set of Stabilos against Triplus, but it outlines all the colours and the numbers for you if you want to have a look on that, if you're wondering what ones I'm using. Oops. Again, just outlining with this darkest one. And there. Dipping down here, aren't we? That's right, because I kind of slipped a little there. Perfect. And then with this one, this kind of warmer brown's 89. I think it's going to be a warmer brown. I'm just going to go in between the leaves, because those leaves I want to do in the bright yellow. And those dots around the edge there will definitely do with the gold gel pen. Right, okay, so let's do those yellow. Let's go with the Stabilo again, number 44. Nice bright yellow. Lovely. And I think these circles are definitely, they're just screaming yellow at me. So as I'm going to colour them yellow, I'm actually going over the black line and over the black dot. That'll make the black actually stand out quite a bit. And that's okay in this instance. I'll probably do a gold dot on the middle black. A black bit. I'll see. But definitely covering the black edges and then the black centre. And where I've gone over with pencil like I had there a little bit, I'll just go over a little bit more with the fine liner just to try and smush it in a bit. It's a nice yellow, this yellow. Not decided what colour that line should be yet. Probably red if we're going to go with the theme of down here. I'll stand back and have a look at it when I finish these yellow bits. go, the last one. Okay, let's look back. Oh, I like it. I like it. So, what colour? That's got to be red. I mean, come on. What other colour is it going to be? Let's go the lighter red, so you know to pick up like with the eyelashes. That's good. That red's going to go really nice against the this brown here as well. Just got the edge. There we go, that blends it in a bit more so it's not just pale, not just pale red. There we go. Right then. Just looking at them, I wonder if a second coat of red would make them look a bit redder. Not sure if the camera's picking that up. Right, okay, so looking good. Right then, so what we have got and what I need to do is some of these yellow areas. I've got some bits of white showing over there as well, where I just wasn't as careful. I'll just touch that up, touching up with the yellow rather than a darker one, because that can go over all the different areas. Right, okay. So with the yellow flower there, it needs a bit of something, I think. Maybe if we get a bit of an orange, a darker orange, and then pencil, just do a little bit of line going out. So this is pencil over fine liner. It's normally the way around, isn't it? But you can do it this way too. I'll make sure it is that's better. Okay, so now the only thing we've got to do is the flowers on the face, and then the face is finished. And we can put some fine lines on. I think this bit here, it's not part of the eye, it's kind of skin. So I'm just going to take the really light, you know, the light one we did here for the ear. I'm just going to do it so it's not white. Okay, that's been bugging me. So that's that done. So what colour for the flowers? Oh, I'm looking at these, and this needs a bit of pop as well, I think. But what colour for the flowers? I think something light. I'm really not sure though. It's quite unusual. Maybe this kind of colour needs to go in there to bring the ears into here. So which is the other colour on that one? That one, that one, that one. Okay. So how about if we do really go in. I've not done this kind of colour on like this before. Out of my comfort zone here. This is truly experimenting. I would never do flowers so light. Okay. It's nice to try new stuff. And I'm going with that really pale. Really pale, and I'm just very lightly touching the paper because I actually quite like the white almost. I don't want too much colour. And then to outline them and colour the centre. And now to outline them, I think a pale orange, but a pale one. I'm not too in your face, I think. Jury's out. I might end up going over a bit stronger on those. Where's the orange? What orange should I use? I want to use that dark yellowy one. Where's that one? Here, this one. So number 54. So what I'll do is I'll finish this bit here, but we'll do the neck. But while I'm doing the neck, it's a bit like the spots on the nose. If I'm still not feeling the flowers, then I can alter them. It's a bit like, do you guys ever, well I'm sure you do, because what colourist doesn't have whips? Works in progress, WIP, whips. And sometimes, I've got lots of whips, sometimes you just colour in and you kind of start and you're just not feeling it. And life's too short to force yourself to do a picture you don't want to do. So yeah, I'll just leave them. But then I will also often go back and as a challenge to myself, try and finish a whip, an old whip. I've done it a few times. Or a picture that's, you know, not working out as I want it to. And I go back and try and fix it. That's quite good. So anyway, with this one, yeah, while we're doing the neck, I'll be looking at the flowers at the corner of my eye. And if I'm not feeling it, then we'll do something else. And you might do this kind of thing on yours and like it and leave it. I might like it and leave it, I don't know yet. I'm not sure how it's going to finish up. And that's the beauty of colouring for me. You don't plan and you just go with the flow, and you don't know how the picture's going to finish either. Excuse me, I've got my dog wanting to go out. Hold on a sec. Right, okay, so it's looking okay. Just gonna outline that one. Oh, I can't help myself, can I? There we go, just made it a little bit more orange. Oops. Oh, this is the one that bleeds, isn't it? Crap. Oh well. Starting now, finish. Yeah, that's all right. So after this bit, I'm gonna stop, and then in part 4 we will do the we'll embellish first with some gold pens on this head part, and then we will finish the neck. And then our giraffe girl will be done. There we go. Oh, isn't she pretty?